Take problem number 8 in income tax by Gaurav Narang. This is the essay type question. Of course, a simple essay type question. In this problem, we have to calculate the business income with the help of given P&L account, and also we are given with inadmissible expenses. In this problem, we are given with a P&L account and adjustment is also available. Of course, only one adjustment is given, right? How to proceed this? If you are given with the P&L account, then you will have to see four things. One, add inadmissible expenses. Why should we add inadmissible expense? Because P&L account, that profit is calculated after deducting various expenses. Now we are going to analyze whether those expenses are permissible to deduct in P&L account or not. So for that purpose, we have to take first inadmissible expenses, and any adjustment is given. Accordingly, we should see that adjustments for deciding the inadmissible expenses. And another one is inadmissible income should be deducted. Why? Because we have already taken the income in the credit side of the P&L account. That means it is added. Now we have to deduct the inadmissible income, right? Certain incomes may be accounted. If those incomes are inadmissible one, then we should reduce the profit. For that purpose, we should deduct the income. Another one is minus inadmissible expense. Why should we deduct the inadmissible expenses? Normally, you know very well, if you are accounting the expense, right, this is admissible expense. If you are accounting the expense, then that will reduce your profit, right? If those expenses are not accounted previously in the given problem, now we are going to account. So for that purpose, to reduce the profit, we have to deduct the inadmissible expense. Then if you are given with the admissible income, any information is given for admissible income, that should be added back with the given profit. Okay, this is the procedure. You please keep it in mind for all the problems, right? For essay type questions, we have to take the procedure like this. First, let us take one by one. First, we have to take the profit given as per P&L account. Then another one is I'll read out the informations, and also I will tell whether those things are admissible or inadmissible. Salary, rent, those things are admissible, right? Then another one is commission on sales, that is also admissible. Mind it carefully, these things are business expenditure. Now you will have the doubt that what things are admissible, what things are not inadmissible. Simple point. If it is primarily meant for your business, right, meant for that business, then it is supposed to be the admissible one. If it is wrongly treated as admissible, debited in P&L account, then we have to rectify it. That is one. Normally, if it is meant for the business, then we have to take. Okay. Then salaries, rent, commission on sale. These three things are admissible. No need to give the effect for this. Then income tax. You know very well that amount of income tax 2600 in this problem. That amount of income tax is inadmissible expense. Why it is inadmissible? Because it is your personal commitment, your personal expense, right? So you should not post that personal commitment. You should not see. First class itself I told you, income tax is our personal commitment, personal liability. We cannot transfer, we cannot post the liability on others' shoulder. Like that, income tax is always inadmissible. Advance income tax, that is also inadmissible. Parallelly, you please mind it, GST. Then, sales tax. Both the items are admissible. Why? Without paying the sales tax, you cannot do the sales. So for business, sales tax is a must. So we have to take sales tax as admissible expense. Here we are given with income tax. That income tax is a inadmissible expenses. It should be added back with the profit. Then commission to collect interest. Interest is not related for your business. Interest on income you received or any charges incurred for the purpose of collecting the income interest, right? Any amount paid to others for collecting the interest income, right? Those things are inadmissible. Likewise, commission to collect the interest, that is inadmissible expense. Then another one important thing, municipal tax. In this problem, that municipal tax is given as municipal tax within bracket for house. So since it is specifically given as municipal tax meant for the house, so it is a inadmissible expense. Whereas if it is meant for the business, then that may be a admissible one. Whereas here, since it is given as in house, municipal tax is given for the house, so it is inadmissible. Likewise, another item which is repair, that repair charges is also inadmissible. Why it is inadmissible? Because see, you can think like this. For if you are doing the business, repair charges may be incurred. Whereas if it is meant for the business, it is a admissible expense. Mind it carefully. Admissible in the sense you can account in debit side of P&L account. In this case, repair charges meant for the house, so it is inadmissible. Then the next item, it is given as bad debt allowed. So you should keep in mind, you should know this particularly. 90% of the problem we will have this point. Bad debt allowed. What is that bad debt allowed? It is a eligible one. When we are doing the business, that allowable bad debts we have to deduct. Okay, so bad debt allowed in the sense it is a admissible expense. Bad debt disallowed in the sense then we should take it as inadmissible expense. Then in connection with this bad debt, you should also keep in mind bad debt previously allowed, now recovered, how that should be treated. Bad debt previously disallowed, now we recovered, then how that should be treated. That should also you should keep in mind. If it is allowed, then it is allowable expenses. If the same bad debts, here we have not taken that bad debt. Why? Because it is a admissible expense. No need to give effect for this. If the same bad debt is recovered in future, then we should take that recovery of the bad debt previously allowed. We have to take it as income. Okay, that you should keep in mind. Then another one is depreciation. See, you know very well, depreciation is a normal one. It is because of the wear and tear of the machineries used for the business. But here we have taken that depreciation as inadmissible. What is the meaning for that? Have a look on that problem. In adjustment we are given as bad debt allowable. Right? What is the meaning for that? Actually your bad debt is supposed to be 4,500. Whereas you provided the bad debt as 5,000. So in two ways you can treat this item of bad debt. What? Actual bad debt 4,500 is deducted from the profit, that is allowable expenses. What the amount of bad debt you already accounted in P&L, that amount is taken as inadmissible bad debt. Okay, this is one point. Now we have taken depreciation as 5,000 is inadmissible expense, and in the last but one line I have taken the depreciation on assets 4,500 as allowable expense. This is one way of treatment. Another one way of treatment is, what is the difference between these two things? You excess accounted is 5,000, normal bad debt, you excess accounted 5,000, actual depreciation is 4,500, so excess is 500. Straight away that can also be taken as excess depreciation accounted 500. In that way also you can take. Okay, and any one type you follow it properly. Then another one information is LIC premium. Why LIC premium is inadmissible? Because LIC premium is personal in nature. Okay, see, business is not going to be insured for the life of the business. Whereas as an individual, as a person, we are going to insure our life. Okay, so LIC premium, payment of LIC premium is personal in nature, so it is inadmissible. But at the same time, you should also know that insurance premium for the business, theft insurance, cash in transit insurance, business transit insurance, the business premises insurance, the premium for those insurance policies, it is admissible, whereas LIC premium paid is inadmissible expense, right? These all the inadmissible expenses you have taken, you have added those inadmissible expenses with the profit already given in the question. Then inadmissible income, certain type of incomes are accounted in credit side of the P&L account, those things should not be considered. What are they? Number one, bank interest. Bank interest is not the income derived because of your profit, because of your business. Okay, it is interest on investment, so it is inadmissible income. Another one, income from HP. What is the meaning for this? Income from house property. So this is not at all connected with this head of income, right? This is for house property, right? So expenses on houses, that we have disallowed. Repairs, then municipal taxes, all those things are disallowed. Expenses related to the house. Likewise, that income from the house property, that is also inadmissible. We should not account this, already accounted wrongly. Now we are, for rectifying that, now we are deducting the income. Then another one is interest on commission. Any amount of interest on deposits, right? Income from the deposits, income from investments, here interest on securities, okay, interest and commission on securities, these things are inadmissible income. That means here we have to take the expenses and income only meant for the business, that alone should be taken. Then admissible expense. What is the admissible expense? See, we have accounted the depreciation as 5,000. In the textbook, in the question, it is given as actual amount of depreciation is 4,500. So that amount of 4,500 should be deducted. Okay, so what is the point lying in this? You are given with the profit in the question, plus you will have to take all inadmissible expenses added back with that profit and deduct the inadmissible income and deduct other admissible expenses. Okay, so then finally you will get, if you apply this, finally you will get the business profit of 39,520. See, at the time of explaining this, you can feel that this is very, very simple. Yes, of course, this is very simple. Only point here is, you should know, you should be firm that what things are taken as admissible, what things are taken as inadmissible. If you are aware of that, then very easily you can able to calculate what is your business profit. Okay.